evening to all of you. In the previous class, we have discussed about algae. Today, we are going to study bryophytes. Bryophytes are called the amphibians of the plant kingdom. Why? Because they can live in soil but need water for sexual reproduction. In order to complete the life cycle of bryophyte, it requires soil as well as water. So they are called amphibians of the plant kingdom. They occur in damp, humid and shaded localities. Next we can study about the plant body. The body is more differentiated than that of algae. It is thallus-like and prostrate or erect and attached to the substratum by unicellular or multicellular rhizoids. These lack true roots, stem or leaves. So they are called thallus. Instead of a true root, stem and leaves, they possess root-like, leaf-like or stem-like structures. The main plant body is haploid. It produces gametes, hence they are called gametophytes. Plants are of sporophyte or gametophyte. If the plant body is bearing spores, that is said to be sporophyte. If gametes are produced from that plant, it is said to be gametophyte. In bryophytes, the parental body is gametophyte because the plant is bearing gametes. And sporophytic stage is present in that plant that can be seen during the sexual reproduction. In bryophytes, gametes are of two types. The male gametes are called anthrozoids, female gametes are called egg. The anthrozoids are produced inside a sex organ called antheridium, and eggs are produced inside a flask-shaped structure called archegonium. The sex organs in bryophytes are multicellular. The sex organs are antheridium and archegonium, and the gametes are anthrozoids and egg. Here you can see the picture of a bryophyte. Its name is Marchantia. And here we can see the male plant body and female plant body. See, here the sex organs are present in two different plants. Female thallus and male thallus are present. So that type of plants, the plant that bearing either male gametes or female gametes, that plants are said to be dioecious plants. Marchantia is a good example for a dioecious plant. And if the plant is bearing both male and female part, that plants are said to be monoecious. We have already studied Chara. Are you remembering? Chara is an example for an algae that bearing both male gametes and female gametes on the same plant. So that plants are said to be monoecious. Here the anthrozoids are released to the water and meet archegonium. An anthrozoid fuses with the egg to form zygote. The zygote do not undergo meiosis immediately. They produce a multicellular body called a sporophyte. Sporophyte is not free living, but attached this photosynthetic gametophyte and derives nourishment from this gametophyte. Some cells of the sporophyte undergo meiosis to form haploid spores. These spores germinate to form again gametophyte. In this way, the life cycle of bryophytes are completed. Let us recollect all these things. Bryophytes include the various mosses and liverworts that are found commonly growing in moist shaded areas in the hills. During the sexual reproduction, there we can see for the transfer of male gamete, water is required. So they are called amphibians of the plant kingdom. As they are living in moist area, it requires water. The plant body of bryophyte is more differentiated than that of algae. It is thallus-like and prostrate or erect and attached to the substratum by unicellular or multicellular rhizoids. They lack a true root, stem and leaf. Instead, they have a root-like, leaf-like, stem-like structure. Mosses are small flowerless plants that typically grow in dense green clumps or mats, often in damp or shady locations. Next, the economic importance of bryophytes. Some bryophytes provide food for herbaceous mammals, birds, etc. Second one, sphagnum, which is a moss which provides peat. It is used as a fuel. It has water holding capacity, so that used as packing material for transshipment of living material. Third one, they are ecologically important because of their role in plant succession on bare rock or soil. Mosses along with the lichens decomposes the rock, making the substrate suitable for the growth of higher plants. Last one, since mosses form dense mat on the soil, they can prevent soil erosion. I will explain about the plant succession through our online class. Okay, through the Zoom class I will explain about plant succession. Next comes the classification of bryophytes. Bryophytes are broadly divided into two groups. They are liverworts and mosses. First we can study about liverworts. Liverworts grow usually in moist, shady habitat such as bank of streams, marshy ground, damp soil, bark of trees and deep in the woods. Their plant body is thalloid, that I have explained, because they do not have a true root, stem, leaf. Instead they have a root-like, leaf-like, stem-like structure. A very good example for a liverwort is Marchantia. Thallus is dorsiventral and closely pressed to the substrate. What do you mean by dorsiventral thallus? Yes, dorsiventral thallus means which possess two surfaces which differ from each other in appearance and structure, as an ordinary leaf. When we are observing an ordinary leaf, there we can see a dorsal side and a ventral side, which are both of them are get differentiated. So in bryophyte also we can see the two surfaces, dorsal side and ventral side. Next comes the reproduction of bryophytes. Bryophyte reproduces asexually by fragmentation of thallus or by the formation of gemmae. Fragmentation that we have discussed, the main plant body is get divided into so many fragments and each one becomes a new plant one. Gemmae are green multicellular asexual buds that develop in small receptacle called gemmae cup of the thalli. The gemmae are detached from the parent body and germinate to form a new individual. Here you can see the structure of gemmae, which is located inside a receptacle called gemmae cup. Then comes the sexual reproduction. Male and female sex organs are produced on the same thallus or it may be on different thallus. That I have told the name. If they are present on the same thallus, the plant is said to be monoecious. If they are present on different thallus, it is said to be dioecious. The starting plant body is called gametophyte, that will alternate with the sporophytic stage. Sporophyte is differentiated into three parts: food portion, seta portion and capsule portion. The bryophyte plant body is arising from spores. The spores are produced through the meiosis from the capsule. The spores germinate to form living free gametophyte. The predominant stage of the life cycle of a moss is this gametophyte. It consists of two stages. The first stage is called, that is developing from the spore, that stage is called a protonema stage, and the second stage is called a leafy stage. First, the protonema stage. It develops directly from a spore. It is a creeping, green color, branched and frequently filamentous stage. From protonema stage arises the next stage, that is called a leafy stage. It develops from the secondary protonema as a lateral bud. Leafy stage consists of upright, slender axis-bearing, spirally arranged leaves. They are attached to the soil through multicellular and branched rhizoids. This stage bears the sex organ, that is the antheridium and archegonium. That is about the liverworts. Next we can study mosses. Mosses vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation and budding in the secondary protonema. So gemmae are present. It's a type of asexual reproduction in liverworts, not in mosses. Here the sexual reproduction is with the help of anthrozoids, which are produced inside antheridia, and archegonia, that is the female sex organ. Both antheridia and archegonia are produced at the apex of leafy shoot. After fertilization, zygote will form, and from the zygote sporophyte will form, and sporophyte have three regions: food portion, seta portion and a capsule portion. The sporophyte in mosses is more elaborate than that in liverworts. So that is one of the difference between mosses and liverworts. Here also the capsule portion consists of spores. That spores are formed after meiotic division. Mosses have an elaborate mechanism of spore dispersal also. Let's summarize the life cycle of mosses. The predominant stage of the life cycle of a moss is the gametophyte, which consists of two stages. The first one is protonema, second one is leafy stage. Protonema stage is formed from the spore. From the protonema stage, next arises the second stage, that is leafy stage. Here you can see the development of leafy stage from the protonema. Leaf-like structures are arising, and the plant bodies get attached to the substratum by rhizoids. At the tip of these gametophyte, here we can see the male sex organ and a female sex organ. The male part is called antheridium, which bears biflagellate anthrozoids, and the female sex organ is archegonium, which produce haploid egg. And for reaching inside the archegonium, anthrozoids requires water. So these plants are called amphibians of the plant kingdom. These anthrozoids will enter inside archegonium and fuse with the haploid egg to become diploid zygote. This zygote does not undergo any reduction division. Instead, from the zygote we can see the formation of a sporophyte. Sporophyte has three regions. Basal portion is called the food. Then we can see a long seta portion, and at the tip of the seta there we can see a capsule portion. This sporophyte is get attached with the gametophyte, that is, it is dependent on gametophyte. And when we are observing the capsule portion, inside the capsule portion, some of the cell will undergo reduction division to become haploid spores. So the spores are produced inside the capsule. As spores are present on this capsule, that structure is called a sporophyte. Here you can see the capsule portion, and inside the capsule some of the cell will undergo reduction division and become haploid spores. From this spores, the first stage is arising, that is protonema stage is arising, and from the protonema stage again we can see the leafy stage, and this is the called gametophyte because it bears gametes. So this gametophyte again bears sporophyte and spores will produce, and these two stages will alternate with each other, sporophytic stage and gametophytic stage.